Hey everybody, and welcome to the Super 80s Podcast Friend. We are a TV theme song explorer. We've got one mission. We are going to analyze every single 1980s TV theme song, all genres, comedies, dramas, cartoons, soap operas. We don't care. We love all of them, and we're happy that you are joining us. Before we forget, if you would be so wonderful as to like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere else, feel free to reach out to us with questions, comments, observations, jokes, mistakes we've made. You can find us on the Facebook. I was almost off the Facebook, but Ryan saved me.
Swooped in.
He swooped in and saved me. Instagram, Threads, and other places. And you can email us at super80spodcastfriend@gmail.com. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. I am one of your hosts, John.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
Hello, I am Peter.
I was just drinking before I was about to say, we like to start with a drink. And if you'd like to join us, you're welcome to. We're looking for a sponsor because we're looking to retire. So I'm talking to you, Revolution Brewery. I am drinking the Revolution Anti-Hero once again. Ryan.
That makes two. Revolution. Anti-hero. Delicious.
Doubly. Pete.
I've got a cold, so I'm drinking Lakefront Eastside Dark NA.
Oh, that's responsible of you. Engineer Pete is demonstrating responsibility drinking the Eastside Dark NA. Ryan's laughing at him.
Or the nah, as we like to say.
Nah.
Nah.
Well, cheers, everybody, and it's good to be back here in the studio recording another episode. We like to start our show, if you're new to us, with retractions, observations, ideas, announcements, anything like that. I always like to start with Ryan and Engineer Pete. Any retractions, announcements, things to share?
What did we do last episode?
Our last episode was... Hold on. It's with John Stamos.
Oh, Full House.
Full House.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Nope.
I could have said any TV show
Correct.
in the world.
I probably would have caught on, and that might have been my retraction.
All right. Well, I told you guys that I was going to start watching episodes of the shows that we did the analysis of, right?
Right.
So I finally sat down and I watched an episode of Gimme a Break with my dear wife. And it was really good.
Were you surprised that it was good?
We were both surprised. So let me give you just a brief synopsis because I feel like every 80s show I watch has an insane synopsis. I even have to look at my notes here. So on the show, Nell and the gang had booked Sammy Davis Jr. to play at the local theater, which is ridiculous in itself.
Well, she was friends with Sammy, I'm sure.
Of course. So she calls up Sammy to confirm day of. This is day of, right? They're
Sure.
bringing...
They're good enough friends. She can call them day of.
They're bringing the cookies to the theater to sell for the fundraiser.
Right.
And Sammy's like, no, I'll see you next month.
Right.
And she's like, no. So they had the right day, but the wrong month. So everybody's freaking out. Nell goes to the car wash. And she gets to the car wash, and there's a man working there named Albert,
Okay.
who looks exactly like Sammy Davis Jr. It, of course, is Sammy Davis Jr.
That's a side gig.
So she convinces Albert to come down and play the role in exchange for a date with a really, really tall woman that he has the hots for.
Wow.
Now, prior to this, Nell offers Albert her love. And, yeah. And he denies Nell. And then hilarity ensues. Sammy Davis shows up. When Sammy Davis shows up, nobody believes it's Sammy Davis. Blah, blah, blah. So you get the whole thing. And he ends up singing, and it's great.
But wait, did they have Albert and Sammy on the screen at the same time?
No, they didn't.
They just got rid of Albert somehow?
But the chief, is that his name?
Yes.
Chief, yeah.
The chief, like, it was. I mean, it was ridiculous.
So when she was propositioning Sammy, did she just sing the lyrics to the theme song?
So it's funny you mentioned that. That's a good transition. So you remember how we were talking about particularly the season 1 and 2, Give Me a Break, how it had that dun, dun. Like they all have here. Listen,
Yeah, the keyboard. Yeah, bouncy little.
Right. So I have a surprise for you guys, Pete and Ryan. If you could press play on the surprise file that I sent.
The hell?
Is this from your keyboard? A new theme song. Very nice.
Can we hear it once? So before you press play again. Is
there a tuba that I hear? Keyboard tuba?
Keyboard tuba. So after we were talking about how there's so many songs with the dun, 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 I had an extra hour on Saturday when the family was gone, and I grabbed the keyboard and
got to town.
I got to town. Let's give her one more spin.
I like the end.
How many vocal tracks do you do?
There's a lot.
I like the end. Yeah.
So if you spend an hour singing a 22-second song, you're saying there was a lot of vocal overdubs?
A lot of vocal overdubs. I was thinking maybe that could be our outro theme.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh,
We could,
yeah.
because we always open and close with the theme.
Yeah. I mean, what? Yes, we do.
Well done.
Yeah, that was a
Nice work.
nice little project.
Time-
What do you guys do in your spare time?
Time well spent. Not that.
One more quick thing. I feel like I've been doing a whole lot of housekeeping in these first 7 minutes. But one more bit of housekeeping. I watched an episode of the A-Team as well. And that was actually quite good also. And the A-Team, just to give you a quick theme of what was happening, the episode is called Taxi Cab Wars. And there were some bad guys who were blowing up the good guys' taxi cabs.
Oh, yeah.
So they brought in Hannibal, who was a Southern tycoon oil man, and he helped him out. And they saved it. One of the bad guys was Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
So A-Team, I highly recommend diving into that. So that and Give Me a Break, I give both of them a thumbs up.
Wow. Well done. And anytime that you can recraft anything around Give Me a Break, particularly our theme song, I think it's 2 thumbs up.
Well, I appreciate that. That was a lot of fun. All right. If there is nothing else to report, no retractions, no observations, no other ideas, if this is your first time listening to us, we have a robot named Conky. He's a temperamental little fella. Ryan dug him out of a dumpster in the valley a number of years ago, brought him to the lovely state of Wisconsin where we live. He picks out our song for us, in addition to cleaning our homes, hanging up sets of blinds, sweeping, vacuuming.
Spaying our pets.
Spaying our pets. He does it all. Conky. He's something else. He's going to let us know what song we will be analyzing this week. I can't wait to hear. It's quiet today.
Ready to assist you.
Poor fella.
Morning, Conky.
What's today's secret word?
Today's secret word is Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, my God. Jesus.
Murder, She Wrote. Angela Lansbury.
So we finally got to the grandma episode.
Yes.
This is a lot of firsts for us. First drama. Unless we count The Love Boat as a drama.
Sure.
True. Yeah, the Love Boat was beyond categories.
It was its own category of, yeah.
Our first instrumental theme.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Any
Yeah.
other firsts with this? We're about to find out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually kind of speechless that this got drawn by Conky, to be honest with
Well,
you.
Conky's being a little weird today.
Yeah.
He's quiet. He's being fidgety.
Yeah.
So maybe he was feeling the mood for this. So if you're new, we start out with memories of the show. Any memories of Murder, She Wrote?
I don't think I had the patience for this show as a child.
My memories is that my grandma watched it.
Mine too.
I think it was like required grandma watching in the 80s.
You couldn't be a grandma if you didn't watch it.
Yeah. My recollection, it was like a weekend show. It's like a Friday night or Saturday night show, which is, like, again, classic grandma thing. Like a Saturday night, what are you going to do?
Actually, it was a Sunday.
So there you go, Sunday.
Even better. That's a perfect grandma slot.
Totally, right? And the only other thing that I can remember is that JB Fletcher rides around a bicycle. And I don't know if that's in the intro, but I remember her riding around a bicycle.
Well, team, this is a first for me. I've never seen Murder, She Wrote.
Oh.
I've got nothing. So now, Ryan, have you seen it in the past 10 years?
Yes. This show was loved by my grandma, but it's also one of my wife's favorite shows. If my wife had a choice, she would voluntarily sit down and binge watch Murder, She Wrote episodes.
So she'll be looking forward to hearing us dumbos trying to talk anything. So you are our expert today, by far.
That's a sad state of affairs, but I think that I am.
Have you seen 20 episodes?
Oh, easily. I've seen a lot of episodes.
Okay, well, we're in good shape then.
Yeah,
it's not like when we get to the Airwolf
as an
episode.
adult in the background.
Okay. Pete,
And just to be clear for our listeners, Ryan is not married to a 75-year-old woman. He is married to an age-appropriate.
and she's just a big fan.
Yes, it's unexplainable, but yes.
Has she been a fan? Like, is this from childhood, or was this something she latched onto later?
I think she latched onto it later, and I have no unearthly idea how and why.
These things happen.
Yeah.
You just got to embrace it. Pete, have you ever seen an episode?
I can't tell you for sure. I honestly don't know. I would say just statistically, there's I think I must have at some point in my whole life, but I couldn't tell you a single thing about it or remember why.
Like, I know I've been in the room when it's been on.
Exactly.
But that's, my Angela Lansbury connection is Elvis Presley in Blue Hawaii.
Oh, yeah,
where she plays his mom.
She's everywhere. Is Bread Knobs and Broomsticks? Isn't she in that?
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. Yes, she was absolutely in that. That is my best Angela
That's your Lansbury? So
yes.
I've got Blue Hawaii. In Blue Hawaii, she chugs Mai Tais and disapproves of Elvis. Elvis's character's name is Chad. So she's a Mai Tai chugging Southern woman who lives in Hawaii who is not approving of her son's beach bum lifestyle.
Mm. Wait, so she's Elvis's
she's like,
mom?
Chadwick.
She's Elvis's mom?
Yeah.
In Blue Hawaii?
Yes. They were close in age, and she calls her husband in the movie Daddy. Daddy, give me another Mai Tai. And they have a houseboy. Coming back to this theme.
Gee.
People live and help.
Yeah.
Yep. His name is Ping Pong.
Goes all the way back to Elvis.
Goes all the way back to Elvis. So anyway, she chugs Mai Tais, and that's all I got.
Yeah.
Nothing about the actual show we're discussing, but useful nonetheless.
I certainly cannot hum the theme song of the show. I'm guessing you can, but Pete, can you hum this theme song?
Not a chance.
I don't know that I even. It's a piano instrumental, and I think it probably has some strings in it. But I don't like when I hear it. I'll be like, oh yeah, but I don't know that it's ever lived in my brain.
Okay, that's fair. Well, without further ado, it's the time of the show where Engineer Pete is going to school us on Murder, She Wrote. For those of you who don't know, by the way, Conky, when he's behaving, zaps this information into Engineer Pete's brain without Pete even noticing. So moments ago, he knew nothing about the show, and right now, thanks to Conky, he does.
Yep. It was a Sunday night staple featuring Angela Lansbury as a retired English teacher turned mystery writer / amateur detective Jessica Fletcher. It had 12 seasons running from September 84 to May of 96.
Two things. 12 seasons. That's insane. Did you call her JB before?
Yeah.
That's her nickname?
I think it is in the show. Well, of course. What am I saying? I know it is her nickname in the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It had 264 total episodes.
Holy shit.
There was 4 television films between 97 and 2003. There was a PC video game in 2009
Now you're making it.
and a sequel in 2012.
Time out. There's a video game?
Yes.
Did you do any research on the video game?
I should have, but Conky did not zap me that information.
Listeners, if you have played the Murder, She Wrote video game, please reach out and tell us.
What year was the video game?
Ryan, when's your wedding anniversary?
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
And there's also a spin-off book series that's still in publication.
That makes sense.
She was nominated for 10 Golden Globes. She won 4. She was nominated for 12 Emmys, which was a record. She never won a single one, which was also a record.
That's bullshit.
It's a travesty.
I've never seen this show.
It's a travesty.
She lived in the fictional town of Cabot Cove, Maine.
Oh, yeah.
If Cabot Cove existed in real life, the crime depicted on the show would put it among the top cities in murder per capita.
It's great.
That is good stuff.
I always like tie-ins or guest appearances. This one had, in the 3rd season, there was an episode where she traveled to Hawaii, where she tries to clear the name of a handsome mustachioed private investigator accused of murder. The episode was called Magnum on Ice.
No way.
It was the conclusion of what started as Magnum PI episode called Novel Connection.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Yeah, so they did it. I mean, I think that takes, Scooby-Doo and the Harlem Globetrotters crossover to like the next level.
Totally.
When you first said it, I thought you were going to have her reuniting with Chadwick,
That's where I thought you were going, too.
who is Elvis. But this will work, too.
Elvis would have been dead at the time, but
False.
Would he?
False.
so I said it was a staple on Sunday nights. For the final season, they moved it to Thursday night where it went head-to-head with Friends.
Ouch.
Ouch.
It did not get renewed after that. But at the time, Angela had already been discussing retirement for a while. So, the theme song was composed by John Addison. John won an Academy Award and a Grammy for his 1963 score to the movie Tom Jones. So he's an accomplished composer. He composed the score for the 1977 movie called A Bridge Too Far about the World War II Operation Market Garden. As a British soldier, he also participated in the same battle.
Is anybody still here?
Holy smokes. I appreciate the research.
Ryan starts.
That is the boringest bio I think we've ever heard on the show.
The guy wrote a song about a movie about a battle that he actually participated in.
Oh, well, I appreciate.
I guess I should have said the faster version first.
No.
That's impressive.
I appreciate his valor and his willingness to write the song, but holy smokes, that history is something else.
He was also wounded in the invasion of Normandy.
See,
Now you made Ryan feel bad.
see, no.
If I can backtrack a second, because I have already forgotten. What are the years of this crazy show?
85? 84 to 96.
That's amazing.
Crazy run. And these, as I recall, these are hour-long episodes. This is no half-hour.
Correct.
So it's 12 seasons of hour-long episodes. You got to come up with a lot of material.
A lot of people got to die in Cabot Cove.
Man.
Strange.
Over 200.
Murder, she wrote.
Wow. Well, that is some fascinating background. I cannot believe how long the show was on. I cannot believe how critically acclaimed it was. I mean, it didn't win the Emmy, but it was nominated. So people liked the show. The critics took it sort of seriously, and it had a hell of a run.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty dang cool.
Yeah.
Were there and Engineer Pete, I don't know if you know this. Obviously, she is the lead. I seem to remember an old guy.
Conky didn't give me a whole lot of information that I bothered to remember about other characters.
We'll ask Ryan. I remember an old man with a mustache, maybe not a
No,
mustache.
so there are a couple main characters. The sheriff of Cabot Cove was the main character, and I don't remember if it was the first couple seasons, but it was the dad from Happy Days was the sheriff.
And did she have a love interest in the show?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
mean, she was a widower or widow.
Got it.
And there was also she had a doctor friend who was like, I don't remember who any of these.
Okay. So, but there were some recurring characters.
Totally. Yeah, totally. Like, yeah. And JB was my recollection of the show is that she's always meddling in the crimes that are going about. So, like, the interplay is crime happens. Sheriff goes to investigate crime. JB starts sniffing around. Sheriff says, person A did it. JB says, I saw this thing happen. And Sheriff says, JB, stop meddling in the sheriff business.
Well, so
it was a bit of a formula, but one that lasted for 264 episodes.
Correct.
Wow.
Correct.
so it's like A-Team, we were talking, was very formulaic.
Yes.
And so same type of thing. And sometimes it works. Well, are there any other facts, memories before we get to the actual song itself?
Nothing here.
Let's take a listen.
Let's give this thing a listen. Our first instrumental, guys. Let's see what the hell we talk about.
Yeah, it's
Conky.
Conky's so tired today.
Wake up.
Such a tired fella.
Oh, Conky.
Such a tired fella.
Oh, there we go.
Oh man.
Well, first off, I didn't watch this show, but I absolutely remember this intro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm not certain what we're gonna see, but I feel I have something in my head of what's happening right here,
Mm-hmm.
and let's find out if I'm right. Is there typing maybe happening on a page?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I obviously was sort of familiar with this, but
yeah.
all right.
No, I think it's impossible to have not like.
It's 12 years.
Yeah, it was on forever.
Yep.
And like it was impossible not to have seen or been exposed to this somehow in some way.
All right. Keep her rolling.
Yeah, you caught that much of the intro before you realized that you wanted to get up and leave the room
You
and do
get the
something
hell
else.
out of there, right? Yeah.
Grab my Matchbox cars and my He-Man toys and get the hell out of the room.
Exactly.
Sounds like a Disney movie from the 70s.
Totally. Yeah.
We start with piano. We get the strings coming in. Orchestral.
Yeah.
It's a nice little ditty.
It's bouncy. It's bouncy.
It is bouncy.
Yeah.
I could go. You could play this at a kegger and people would be into it, dancing.
No. No. But it just fits right with what they're doing. I mean, it was like, describe what you want this to be. I want it to be no lyrics. I want it to keep grandmas awake and also have to, be something that won't offend old ladies.
It's checking all those boxes.
Right?
So
Right.
far.
So if their audience in 1984 is people born between 1916 and 1936.
Right? I think your math is right. Yeah.
That's quick math.
It is.
I'm not a math guy, listeners. Patting myself on the back and taking another drink of beer. They're doing well.
Yes.
Yep.
I feel like I'm on Peter Pan's
I was
Magic
just
Ride at
gonna
Disney
say,
World.
it never occurred to me, but it is so Disney.
If I'm standing in line at the Magic Kingdom right now,
Yeah.
hearing this, I wouldn't be like, they're playing the Murder, She Wrote song. I'd be
Yeah.
like, Oh, it's Disney music.
Yeah. Where's Tres Caballeros?
It sort of sounds like I Can Fly.
Yeah.
Do 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 do. I can fly. Maybe.
I don't know that one, so sorry.
I'll pull it up in a minute.
No.
He says no. He's like, they're gonna pull us off the air if we try to play Disney music.
Conky knows better.
Give me more of We Can Fly. I Can Fly.
Oh.
Much like the Smurfs,
Yeah.
if I may.
It's Gargamel time.
We're going into the dark part.
Right.
So I'm picturing in this scene, there's like a cadaver.
Or I picture, and I don't even really remember what's in there, but like I picture her like entering into a dark room or a cave with an old 80s flashlight and like looking around. Like
I'm picturing an 80s looking thug with a knife up to her throat saying, if you don't get the hell out of here, I'm going to slit your throat.
It was probably that one. Yeah.
Give me that phone book, lady. Get
I
out
thought
of
you were
here.
going to say phone, like she had a cell phone. I like that it's doing this. So I thought it was going to be all Peter Pan, and it's
Well,
going.
it's murder, so
Good point.
can't all be whimsical.
If I may continue with the Peter Pan theme, Captain Hook and Smee have just arrived.
Totally.
Come on, Pan!
Sweet. And we're back in Neverland. Right?
Listeners, Ryan and Engineer Pete are bouncing their heads like 7-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Oh, we're at the Magic Kingdom. We're having Mickey pretzels and
Good Lord.
keep her rolling.
Oh yeah. Twiddle fingers.
Wow. Well, there you have it, folks. It's not bad. General thoughts?
Without lyrics, there's a lot less to talk about.
I want to find a few seconds of You Can Fly, because Conky won't. Hold on.
What I will say, my initial reaction is it didn't put me to sleep, which is what I thought it would do.
Oh, it's catchy.
I don't think it's catchy, but it didn't put me to sleep. So, yeah, I'll give, what's the guy's name? I don't remember.
Because you fell asleep.
Because I fell asleep. Our veteran,
John Addison.
John Addison.
Hold on. Let me see if I can give you just a second of this. This is good podcasting right here. Me trying to actually.
And what are
find
you
this.
trying to pull up?
The Peter Pan song.
From at Disney World? Man. Oh, I know what you're trying to do.
Hold on.
Do you have the full movie on your phone?
I'm almost there.
Yeah.
I'm not at the part I want to be at.
This is the movie, the animated movie that you're going to?
Yeah, but does that kind of have that? This is a terrible comparison. I take it all back.
I think you're way off.
We haven't had a good retraction in a while, so
Hey, all right, next week.
In time? No, I mean this is in time retraction. Now, like we're not even waiting.
I take it back. Well, let's watch this damn thing. All right, I actually found the song fun. I'm a sucker for the, as Pete said, the kind of whimsical, bouncy, Disney-sounding music. So
with the dark break.
with the dark break, the Gargamel break, which it's now officially known as in Super 80s podcast friend parlance. Can Conky go full screen, or is he gonna lose his marbles if we try to do that?
Maybe not.
If you are new to this show, by the way, we are about to watch the theme. Let's see what happens.
Well, there's some old lady hands and a typewriter.
Love me some old lady hands. First off, but
We need to get a soundbite of that and just play it over and over again.
but correct, right? Typewriter, and she's typing murder, as you mentioned.
Comma.
She wrote.
Love me some old lady hands.
Get the T-shirt.
Oh, there she is. Yeah, on the bike.
All right. Can you click that button? So who's she waving to? So this is an old seaport town, right? You can see
Yes.
the wharf and everything else.
Yep.
All right.
She's walking about. Now she's typing again. On a typewriter.
First off, what a classic haircut on Angela Lansbury in 1987.
For sure.
All right, just a classic haircut, and she's in all sorts of different episodes in this intro scene. She's dressed as a gardener.
Yes.
She's dressed as a person who lives in a sea shanty town.
Yeah.
And now she's just wearing a classic turtleneck sweater.
She's out for a run in this. I remember this because I always laugh at it when I see it.
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
She's wearing a coral-colored hoodie.
Oh, see, so just as we were saying, there's your Gargamel part, and what's she doing?
It's a creepy pause.
She's poking her head into a darkened front door of somebody's house.
She's a troublemaker.
Do you think she had a warrant?
No warrant needed when you're when you're the author and not the sheriff.
When you're a retired teacher / amateur.
She's great. Stop it. Why is she holding the candle?
Because
Power outage.
you can't take a risk in Cabot Cove with a flashlight. You need to have 18th century type lighting.
That's fair.
I think Paul Revere had a flashlight.
No, sir.
Impeccable hair, though.
Really
Throughout.
great hair. They're really going hardcore with this typewriter theme. They're not letting go.
Correct.
They're showing it as much as they possibly can. Now,
Yep.
here's a great pause. Here's Angela Lansbury. She's looking down at her typewriter, which even for 1985, this is an old-timey typewriter.
Correct.
And she's got the big old 80s glasses, kind of like Sally Jesse Raphael, if I may make
Well
a
put.
comparison.
Yep.
She's got a Sally Jesse look going on. All right. And her home couldn't look more like... If you were to take her out of there and put Michael J. Fox in there, I'd say that's the Family Ties house.
Yeah, with the kind of weird shades or whatever.
Yep, a lot of oak showing.
What's interesting to me is we're about 80% of the way done with this intro, and we're now first getting Angela Lansbury's name. She's the star of the show. We haven't seen any other actors introduced.
That's a great point. We've only seen her. So
Right.
this theme song, listeners, is 46 seconds long. We are 37 seconds in.
Yeah.
We have seen 0 humans,
Right.
but about 20 different versions of Lansbury.
Correct.
But we
Is
haven't
she
seen her name
not
yet.
Human?
Wait, is this Small Wonder we're watching? What is
Sorry, she's a human. We got to jot down these retractions. Hold on. Lansbury
human?
is
Question mark.
equals human. And what was my other one? Peter Pan?
It's not the same as this.
Peter Pan is not the same. I still think it is. I'm just hearing it weird.
Starring in. Oh, wow. She's got a whole binder that says "Murder, She Wrote."
It's leather. It's like red leather. Like I believe in the world of Doc Marten boots, that's called oxblood, with a silver Murder, She Wrote. And is that it? Do we have anything else left?
That's it.
That's it. And I think in the last couple of seasons, they had her actually using a newer, I don't want to say computer.
An electric
Word
typewriter.
processor.
Something that had a newer keyboard. I don't want to say what it was. I don't know.
And this, did I just see this said seasons 6 and 7?
Correct.
So Conky gave us something kind of in the middle.
Right in
Yeah.
the middle.
All right, I like that. Well, that theme song was fine. The intro with just her, because that's the closest
unusual.
thing we had was Perfect Strangers, which only showed Larry and Balky.
True.
This is taking it even one step further.
All you need is JB.
Only JB is shown in this entire intro.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think as the years went on, she was traveling to a lot of different locales, solving crimes in all different places. So
Hawaii.
it really was just, she was the character with a different set of people around her in a lot of the episodes.
Lord, she was born a rambling man.
Now, as we've been discussing this, one other reoccurring character just came back to me, and it's the dad from Dirty Dancing.
Stop it. The guy from Law and Order, too?
Yes.
Jerry Orbach.
Jerry Orbach. Yeah, well done.
Good pull.
Thank you.
And his character is a troubled ex-cop. He's a private detective, but he was like thrown off of the force somewhere, and so he's the kind of like the private detective. You need some shady business done, that's who you call. And so he comes in like a couple episodes every season, I think. And if he ever gets in a jam, he like calls JB, or JB kind of stumbles upon him, and she's always like, "Oh, it's you again," whatever his name is, and he's always getting himself into a mess, like caught in a dark alley, getting beat up. And
Do you think after solving a case, they maybe take some of her candles and sit in her house and maybe have a glass of wine and see where the night goes?
well, similar to you, he likes old lady hands.
Jeez. What's the T-shirt going to say?
I don't remember.
The Super 80s podcast friend. I like me some old lady. hands. Man, a couple weeks ago, was it a satin jacket?
Yes.
I forgot what the reference
Yes.
was on that, but come to, our clothing line is pretty amazing.
Where the towels are hers and his.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff.
like me some old lady hands.
Yep.
Any other thoughts besides Jerry Orbach and Angela Lansbury sharing a bottle of Chianti?
I'm not thinking about that.
Oh,
I'm trying not
I'm
to.
still thinking about it. Any other thoughts before it's voting time?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I'm ready to get to
Well,
it.
listeners, if you are new to the show, one of the reasons we're doing this is we're voting on these things. There's three of us here. And I'll Be Back puts it on the Wall of Fame. You're in Big Trouble, Mister puts it on the Wall of Shame. Majority rules, and that's pretty much how this works.
Yeah.
I think we'll go Pete, John, Ryan,
Sure.
just to switch it up this
Yeah,
week.
I like that.
Okay. Well, despite not having lyrics, I think it had a job to do, and it did it well. And I'm giving it an I'll Be Back.
I'll be back.
Wow.
I felt like I was at Disney World the whole time I was listening to that, and I love Disney World.
I'll be back.
Our biggest fan here is Ryan.
Yeah.
Is this gonna get?
No, you guys are a bunch of saps. This theme song is terrible. This is it's terrible. It's a Michelle all the way.
You're in big trouble, mister.
Yeah.
Could you? So I think Ryan and I both, or as Pete and I kind of said, it's fun. He said it does its job. I said it reminds me of Disney.
Yeah.
What's your beef?
What? I would turn the table on that. What's to like about it? The only redeeming quality is it didn't put me to sleep. It's the only redeeming quality.
I mean, are you evaluating it as a song you would listen to in your car on your drive to work?
No,
Or are you
I'm
evaluating it as just, the theme song to an old lady show?
I'm evaluating it in terms of 80s TV theme songs, and I think it's
Subpar.
lower quadrant.
Question for both of you: if you had to listen to this song once a day, what part of your day would you play it? I've got my answer, but you have to listen to it once every day. When is it getting played?
Probably as I'm going to bed, because I think there's a chance that it'll make me sleepy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say get a little action.
Unlike you.
Pete?
I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to say when I first walk into the kitchen in the morning to get some coffee.
Mine is really close to yours. I was going to say I'm making breakfast for the family. So Pete and I have this as a morning vibe, and you're going to bed.
It does. I will say this. It does have like a. It's unintrusive, I should say, and that's good for like making breakfast. I feel like
For a show about murder, it's real cheery.
that's true.
I feel like a modern Murder, She Wrote would have a much more sinister theme song.
Yeah, you're probably
maybe by
right.
Slayer.
Yes,
Probably.
probably not. But
Yeah.
Team, we are just about at that time. Does anybody have any questions either about the show or just general ridiculous 80s themed questions before we get her wrap her up?
Did you want me to take us out?
Before you do that, I might have a question. Do you guys have any questions?
Go ahead.
No.
Here's one of my questions. If you could make any 1980s show, any 1980s TV show, into a modern big budget movie, what one would it be? Because this has happened with the A-Team. That's what made me think of this.
Sure.
So I was thinking about that as I was going for a walk the other day. If you could make any 1980s TV show into a current 2024 big budget movie, what's it going to be?
Well, I'll tell you what I think. I think Magnum PI would make a great movie.
Okay.
I'm surprised it's not a movie. I mean, they guess they did a redo, didn't they, of the TV show?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think they did.
Okay.
So
We're not experts.
Yeah, but that's where my vote goes.
Magnum.
I was going to say Airwolf for a big budget. And I think
Totally.
maybe it's just because maybe you mentioned Airwolf earlier and that stuck in my head because I'd kind of forgotten about that. Did that helicopter scream as it was taking off?
Good.
But, I mean, when you're talking a big budget action movie, Airwolf kind of, popped into my mind. A lot of special
Ernest
effects
Borgnine?
and explosions and...
Nice. I'm going to go more along the lines of comedy for a reboot movie, and I was thinking that Family Ties might be kind of a fun movie.
Interesting.
So I don't know who would be cast as who, but I just like that show, so it'd be cool to have it back in my world
Yeah.
and as a 2-hour movie.
Fun.
That's good stuff. Anything else?
Well, I think let's take us home.
Pete is going to send us off with our new exit theme song. Thanks for listening, guys. We're the Super 80s Podcast Friend.